Yeah, just gonna
Yeah,
dive right on into
just
this
dive on
thing.
in. I'm going to start with a very important question for you, Hannah.
What?
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Ooh. No, it's not. It's not a
But
sandwich.
it's
It's not a
meat
sandwich.
on bread and then you
And
put
I
condiments on
understand.
it. I
And I
mean,
understand it. I get where you're coming from. However, there is a deep part of me that feels like any sort of like a sausagey thing on a
mhm.
bun. It's not a sandwich. It's its own thing.
Yeah, but it's like bread, meat, maybe pickles, I don't know. What about hamburgers and cheeseburgers?
Yeah, it's a sandwich.
So is it just the shape?
Yeah, it's absolutely the shape.
So
Wiener
what
shaped.
what about hoagies or like Subway sandwiches?
Is the meat inside of it also rolled into a dick? Then it's not a sandwich.
What about a meatball sandwich?
Still a sandwich.
I think a hot dog's a sandwich.
It's okay, and I think that you're a psychopath.
Hey, what time is it?
Oh, I think it might be tin
Tin hat
hat time.
time.
Tin
Always out of
hat
key.
time.
Um, yeah, welcome everybody to
Welcome,
Tin Hat Time.
welcome.
Yeah,
It's a beautiful day
it sure
here in
is.
Boise, at least.
Yeah,
So yeah,
it's
that's nice.
hot here. It's very
It's hot
hot.
here too. I'm digging
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah.
it's too
Um,
warm. I'm not
God, this
ready.
is some captivating shit. Let's talk about the weather.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Do
just
you
cozy in and
do you
talk about
want
the
to
weather.
know what we're talking about this week?
Yes, but I wanted to give a couple shout outs first.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we talked about that, huh?
Yeah. First of all, big shout out to Kat. Hi, Kat. She is our first big fan, and she's been listening, and giving us a lot of really nice feedback. So, hi, Kat.
Yes, thank you,
Hello,
Kat.
Isabel. Yeah, thank you, Kat. Hello, Isabel. Thanks for having us keep you company while you clean. And I also wanted to give a shout out to the gals at Once Upon a Murder in Australia. So I guess it's Once Upon a Murder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it. Kate and Megan are their names, and I spent like 15 straight hours listening to their podcast and then deciding I could talk with an Australian accent. I can't,
No, I,
but
I
that
don't think
didn't
that
stop
was
me.
I don't think that was quite
No, I don't know
Australian.
what it is, but it's I could do mid,
It's like
and that's
sort
it.
of British, but I mean, like, I don't know. That's also the
No,
Australian accent is like a slightly different British accent. So,
like
same with
most
like all,
American or
yeah,
yeah,
all the
most
accents that
accents of
evolve.
the
Let's go deep on that. Let's talk about that this
right.
week.
Let's talk about it. No, but those are my shout outs. Oh, and yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Uh,
happy shout outs.
happy Pride Month.
Yes, happy Pride Month. It is the 1st of June. So, yeah, we're recording on the 1st of what in America and I think maybe elsewhere is the Pride celebration
Yeah, it's
month.
Pride Month.
Yeah. But
So
let's remember that like
happy
while it's
Pride.
also a celebration, like make sure that we remember the where it all started, which was a protest in Stonewall that was started by trans women of color. So,
Yeah,
always remember our roots, people.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's very important.
good
So
times.
yeah. Anywho,
Yeah. But what did you want to talk to me about this week? You're going to be driving the bus off the cliff this week. And
I
tell
am.
me more. Tell me more.
So we're gonna go into some conspiracy theories this week. We're specifically
Ooh,
gonna talk about
yes.
one conspiracy theory, and then we're also gonna talk about some recent news. So recent
Dope.
news.
That's
Uh,
vague as fuck, dude.
I know, right? Yay. We're going to talk about Project Bluebeam and then how that kind of ties into some of the recent footage that's been released. And I know we've
Mm.
touched on that a while ago. Like, I feel like a few episodes ago, we talked a little bit about the footage that the US government released about UFOs, right? Unidentified
Yeah.
flying objects. And
They call
so,
them UAPs now, too.
really?
Yeah.
What does that stand for?
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yup. Yeah.
Yup.
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 It's not as
Uh,
good as UFO.
No, it's not. I feel like UFO's classic, but I'm sure a lot of it though is UFOs probably have more like a negative connotation because it's like, oh, you
Oh,
believe in some crazy
yeah,
conspiracy
they have
theory
the
stuff.
absolutely, you're wearing your tinfoil hat
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we
kind
have
of
our
a thing. Yes.
tin hats on. But yeah, we definitely need our tin hats for this one. So recent news, right? That footage was released earlier in the month. Former President Obama did an interview with, oh fuck,
What
now I
happened?
can't remember his name. I just had like instant brain fart. He's like the new Late Show host. He's the British one. Uh, James
Trev?
Cordry? James
Oh, James Corden?
Corden. Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
He was, I know him from Doctor Who, and that's like legit it.
Oh, he's in Doctor Who?
Yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure. I could be like sticking my foot very firmly in my mouth right now, but I'm pretty sure that when the 11th Doctor is having his run ins with the Cybermen, he's like the cute kid who works in the shops.
I don't remember him.
And there's the weird cyber mouse thing.
I literally don't remember that at all.
You made me watch it, so.
Yeah, but now I don't have HBO to like finish the series or
Oh,
like
yeah, for
continue
sure.
watching it.
Yeah.
So I'm probably very behind.
That's
But
the 11th Doctor, dude. That's so long ago. That was when we lived in our tiny blue house. Anyway, continue.
but anywho, so he Obama talked about aliens. He talked about some of the recent footage that was released and talked about how when he got into office, he asked the question like, okay, guys, lay it on me, right? Where's
What's in
the
the
alien
hangar?
stuff, right? Let's go to Roswell. Like let's figure
Take
out.
me to
Yeah,
Area 51.
exactly. So he asked that, and he's like, "Are aliens real?" And supposedly, he said this kind of weird, but he's like, "No." The answer is no, they're not. But it's like,
But did he give you the look of like, the answer is no?
he got real serious. But here's the thing, though, that he followed it up with, right? And I'm gonna quote verbatim.
Mm,
Um, yes.
look at you go.
So he goes, what is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there is footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't exactly know what they are. We can't explain how they move, their trajectory. They did not have an easy explainable pattern, and so I think that people still take it seriously, trying to investigate and figure out what it is. So that's, referencing those recent videos where there's like triangle shaped
Yeah,
objects
and the little tic
flying.
tac things.
There's another video that I didn't see before. Like you saw the triangle ones, but then there's also one where it's a more like a round or ovalish shaped object that's moving above the ocean and then just
I
straight
think
up
that's the
dives
tic
in.
tac thing that I'm talking about.
Is that the one? Because
I think so.
there's two different videos that I got really popular. It was like the triangle ones,
Mm-hmm.
like the sideways triangles that move around, and then the one right above the water, and it disappears. Like you see a splash and it goes into the water, and to disappear. So, but both of them, like they're on radar and then they disappear. So it's like really interesting that we don't know what they are. We have no idea, and those videos were taken in 2019. Um,
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
so
And in one of those videos, isn't like there's pilots talking to each other
yeah,
about
yeah,
like
they're
what is
literally
it? And like
watching it.
when you hear a trained like fighter jet pilot get scared or like
Yeah, they're
feel
going,
like
whoa,
whoa, like
like
and
where'd
they're
it
trained to
go?
like they have to be the chillest dudes of all time to do
Yeah,
that job. Met some aviation dudes and they're pretty much like whatever, it's fine. Like the plane's going down, like it's all good. We got
I
this.
mean, you have to have nerves of steel. I mean, because
Yeah,
it's like high
absolutely.
pressure situations, like when they do happen, you have to remain calm so you can survive.
Yeah. And that freaked those people out.
Yeah. So
Says a lot.
super super kind of scary, interesting, a lot of mixed bag of emotions of seeing
Mm-hmm.
these objects that we can't explain, whether that's foreign government that has way advanced technology that
Mm-hmm.
these things can very rapidly like move off of radar. Like either they go up above the radar very quickly or below the radar very quickly.
Mm.
So which is kind of interesting. Like you see, there's also videos where it's like watching radar, and then just blink, just gone all of a
I
sudden.
just I just pieced together that oh yeah, that's why we have that phrase flying under the radar. I didn't realize that was like something that something could do is like literally get an oh
You were in the military. Shame
worked
on
on
you.
radar. Worked on weapon systems radars. I just put that saying together.
Oh, that's a fun
Oh.
revelation.
Live on the pod. Here you go, people.
Yeah.
Flying under the radar.
We literally had a conversation where I used that phrase earlier, where I
Yeah,
said
just
I
hours
like
ago.
to
Can you
fly
tell
under the
how red
radar.
I've just turned? Can you tell?
Not really. You're
I
still
am
never as
bright
red as
red. I can feel the heat coming off of my face. It was
uh,
like the time that I didn't know what a flux capacitor was. It's you're giving me the I'm too young for
that's
this reference because you
no,
are.
that's
It's
that's Back to the Future, isn't it?
yeah, it is, isn't it? It
Yeah.
sure is.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
made a
that.
joke that oh the flux capacitor isn't working in the radar that I was trying to repair, and I was like, oh well, do we have a spare one? And they just kind of laughed, and I was like, okay. And then later I was like in the place like looking around for stuff, and I was like, where is the flux? I was
Oh
like, they said the
man.
flux capacitor was broken, and then nobody will tell me where the spare one is. So you're like, Hannah,
Did did
you're an
anyone
idiot.
ever try to convince you that your headlight fluid was low too in your car?
No, but I did look for 50 feet of shoreline. Anyway, back to the aliens that can literally fly under the radar.
Back to the aliens. So, because of the aliens that can fly under the radar and
Fuck
disappear
you.
rapidly, a conspiracy theory that's been around since the 90s has kind of gained traction again. And that is Project Bluebeam. Project Bluebeam started as a book. It was a book that was released by a French guy, so I'm going to butcher his name.
Do it.
Um, Sergei Monstat? Monast? Monist. Monist. Like
Spell it.
Monast. Monist? Monast?
Monost?
Monast. I don't know. I'm not
Monost.
I'm not French. I don't speak French.
No.
I got Sergey though.
I'm sure you're still doing it wrong.
Probably I'm gonna keep calling him Sergey. Um Anywho, so he
Sergey?
I hope not. We're gonna go with Sergey. So he released a book called Project Bluebeam in parentheses NASA, because that's what the whole book is about, right? Is a conspiracy theory around NASA.
But we all know what NASA stands for.
What does it
Never
stand
a
for?
straight answer.
Yeah. Oh, so that's
No,
what
I'm
like
not a flat earther. You guys, I'm not. Okay, keep going.
never a straight answer because it's all around. Oh,
Oh,
it's
that's
a rounder.
perfect.
Anywho,
It's fucking round.
so this theory, the core theory is that um is like kind of Illuminati-ish, right? Because it's like New World Order.
Ooh,
So it's
yes.
to bring about a global New Age religion for the New World Order's dictatorship to begin. Um, so it has a 4-part plan to it. This book really breaks it down.
Ooh.
I'm basically going to read off of Rational Wiki's page on Project Bluebeam, which is a great article, and I will link it in the caption, description, bio thing. So,
Dope.
4-part
I'm
plan.
riveted. I'm super excited.
Okay. So, step 1 is to break down all of the archaeological knowledge, right? So, basically dismiss a lot of religions, right? So, you're making a face at me.
Yeah, I was just going.
I'm gonna butcher a lot of stuff in this.
No, no, it's
So
great.
so basically, like debunk a lot of religions, mostly Christianity and Islam, is a lot of it. Step 2, there's gonna be a space show, and I quote, which is a super.
I'm already so confused.
Just wait.
Okay.
Um, So basically the breakdown of the archaeological knowledge, to go back, right, to maybe
Okay.
clarify this, is they want to disrupt belief in religions, right? So they want to basically make people doubt their religion,
The
just
aliens do
plant
or
the
the
seed.
government does?
This is a government thing. It's
Okay, okay, okay. I'm with you.
the
I'm with you.
government is going to do this, but globally. So the global world order is going to do this.
Okay, okay. The
Um,
lizard people, quote, lizard people.
Lizard people or just the governments somehow are going to be organized enough to globally pull this off. Um,
Sure.
so they're going to basically plant seeds of doubt in people's brains by taking archaeological evidence and just basically being like, your religion's shit. And then they're going to have a super realistic holograph, which would be the space show,
Gotcha.
that would depict um, it's kind of a mishmash, right? Like some of it is like it's going to depict holographic images of the god of the nation or anything, right? So like Christian nations, it's going to be, like Jesus is going to speak to you in the sky and
Gross.
yeah, and like that sort of a thing, but also it'll depict aliens and UFOs
Mm.
and unexplained, right? So this is why this
Bigfoot?
has become no, he's not in the sky. This is all in the sky, like literally a
So it's like gonna be
hologram in the
like
sky.
a laser show from the 70s
Basically, yeah. No, but like
to Pink
super
Floyd?
realistic. So the reason people are freaked out about it is because they think that the recent videos that dropped are the
Are
super
that?
realistic holographs, right? That
Ooh.
is why it's able to, but it doesn't really explain the radar part of it. Like, how do holographs show up on radar? But anywho, I digress. Um,
I'm not
this,
allowed to answer radar questions anymore.
you are not
No,
banned. You're banned from
clearly
it.
not. Jeez
Um,
Louise. My dad's
so
gonna call me and yell at me after this.
probably.
He
Um,
is.
so the other thing, right? So gonna have UFOs over all major cities, um, and basically to freak people out. So step 3 is there's going to be telepathic electronic two-way communication, which will make people think that God is speaking to them directly. Their God or aliens, right? Depending on kind of what you
Okay.
believe. But they're going to have telepathic communication. They're going to get in your brain
The
and they're going to
government
talk.
is.
Yeah, the government is going to get in your brain.
The government that
The
can't fix the
government,
potholes.
they're going to do this.
Okay.
Um, step 4, um, step 4 has 3 parts. So it breaks down even more to get more confusing.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
the, anyway, so it's going to make humanity think that an alien invasion is about to occur over every major city,
Holy
right?
shit.
So this is the holograph, right? So all the
Yeah, yeah.
holographs are going to show up above every major city, make people freak the fuck out.
War of the
Um,
world style kind of a thing.
yeah, all over the world, right? Every major
Hmm.
city is going to have these. It's going to make Christians think that the rapture is occurring. So everybody's getting, well, beam me up, Scotty, but to
Time for
Jesus.
Armageddon.
Yeah, yeah. And then 3 is a mix of electronic and supernatural forces, allowing supernatural forces to travel through fiber optics, power and telephone lines to penetrate all electronic equipment and appliances that will then have special chips installed to basically more mind control stuff, right?
Please describe my face.
This is why conspiracy theories are so fun. Like when you like this is the problem with them, right? Is like you get like a sort of an overview and someone tells you about one and you're like, wow, that's really interesting. And then you read more about it and you're like, what the fuck? You believe this shit? So, um sorry to shit on anyone that believes in conspiracy theories, but you're
I'm not.
probably wrong. Then chaos will ensue, right? Everybody
Cool.
will freak the fuck out, be like, oh my God, basically, the world is ending.
Yeah.
And so then they'll sign up to be a part of this new world order and, sell their souls to the devil or whatever,
Cool.
because of the rapture. Um,
Is that how that works?
I don't know.
I
I,
don't either.
I don't know either. So what makes this, I think, the most interesting for me personally, is that a recent study was done by the Public Religion Research Institute. A very interesting organization. I'll also link
Heard
their
of.
website. It's a mouthful. It's totally a mouthful to say that.
Yeah.
They surveyed 5,000 people and they asked 3 questions. Question 1: do you believe that the government, media, and financial institutions are run by Satan worshipping pedophiles?
No.
23% of Republicans said yes. 8% of Democrats also said yes.
Okay.
Question 2: do you believe a storm will come and sweep away elites and restore the country to its rightful leaders? 28% of Republicans, yes. 14% of Democrats, yes.
What?
Question 3: do you believe patriots will have to resort to violence to save the nation? 28% of Republicans, yes. 7% of Democrats, yes. So you can see why this conspiracy theory is problematic is because people actually believe shit like this, right?
Okay. I am
There is
so rarely struck speechless.
there's a strong tie
What?
between these videos coming out of this phenomena,
Mm-hmm.
UFOs, and people believing Project Bluebeam, and people actually having real faith that there is some seedy shit going on with Satan and all of that, and we're gonna have to take back the country. So, like,
Oh man, I thought we were gonna talk about aliens.
we are going to talk about aliens. I mean, we sort of, but mostly like how easily people are manipulated and what they
Jesus
believe.
Christ.
Yeah, I told you it was kind of going to get political. Like a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
told me that it wasn't gonna be what I expected. And I am
Yeah.
excited and astounded.
Yeah. So, I
Bluebeam,
mean,
Project Bluebeam. Good God, I thought you was like, are
yeah.
you sure you don't mean Project Blue Book? But I
Yeah.
didn't want to be a bitch,
No,
so
Project Bluebeam. That's what it's about. It's about the
Jesus.
new world order taking over. And so
Okay.
people in the US really have some faith in it. And the fact that 20%, more than 5% for both parties is kind of scary. Like
Yeah.
like this should
Yeah.
be like real strong
This
outliers.
should
But
be
this was
super fringy.
I think it's important to keep in perspective. This is 5,000 people that they surveyed, and that was 23%, which makes you think, what if they surveyed the entire nation? Like
Maybe
that would
what
be
if
a
they only
much
found
larger.
the
The
what if they only
crazies.
found the weirdos?
They only found the real crazy people.
Yeah.
Maybe,
That's
but
ableist. They're just weird.
yeah. Yeah. So, but the number one determining factor of this belief was the media channel you watch.
Ooh. Well,
Yeah.
there's a shocker.
Yeah, not really. I'm not gonna go any more into that. But yeah, so it's like,
No, that's enough said, I feel like, for the majority of our listeners.
yeah. So I don't know. So I kind of want to go into wild speculation now. Tell me your thoughts now that I shocked you.
Girl, I'm reeling right now. Because usually, I guess it's just because whenever I hear somebody talk about, like, ooh, those statistics, like that thing at the end, that really shook me up. Like 28%, over like almost 30% of,
Hmm.
mm-mm,
This is why
that's
QAnon's gotten popular, though, right?
dude, right? Because like when I hear people talk about the Illuminati and the New World Order, I would always like gleefully clap my hands and be like, "Tell me what you believe, crazy person," which is again ableist language, and I'm working on it. Um, but it's so out there, and I think like when you like scratch the surface of it for longer than 20 seconds, it gets super anti-Semitic like immediately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But good lord, that's crazy shit. So these people think that the okay, so when I saw those videos, those disclosure videos that came out in 2019,
Hmm.
which to me, what else smacks of a conspiracy other than they release these videos of aliens and suddenly everybody's freaking out about that? And what do they have to do? The pandemic. No, not really. I don't actually believe that.
Oh my god.
No, I know. It's just like when people say things to me like that to me, which I've heard people say like that, kind of like talking about calling it the pandemic. I'm like, okay, well, first of all, please get more than 600 feet away from me. Um,
I think I think the
but no,
thing
like when I saw those videos, I was astounded, but I didn't immediately think it's the government pulling a hoax.
yeah,
I was like, oh shit, it's the aliens.
yeah.
Or alternatively some other country who has something really fancy that they don't want us to know about. But then why would they fly it around? Like they know what like you know whose airspace is whose.
Yeah. Well, that's what the US government is pushing more as far as their explanation is
Is that it's foreign.
it's foreign tech, but that's also kind of terrifying if there is foreign tech that is taunting us within our own airspace.
I mean, if it's alien, isn't that as foreign as it could get?
This is true. This is very
Just
true.
be a fancy like dance around way of saying like, oh, it's foreign tech.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
So,
foreign.
yeah. So there's really, I mean, there's not going to be an explanation for a while on
Do you
what it
think we'll get
is.
an explanation in our lifetimes?
God, I fucking hope so.
Me
I want to
too.
know.
Like it would be such bullshit if we have to like die and then be told what happens and then have to like move on to our next life and forget again. Like I would just like to come back into where they're like, by the way, the aliens are real. They're your friends, but they're not Muppets. Well,
I love that voice. I love the voice that you do. But
I don't even know what you would call that voice. Oh.
to get more explanation on the actual videos themselves, um, there's supposed to be a more detailed report that is released by the government at like the end of June. So, and who
Ooh,
knows
June.
if that'll actually come out because they can always just push it to later, right?
Or just like very discreetly release it to the and like kind of release bury it. Ah, like I am fully a part of like the don't trust your government kids camp because why would you, you know? But
Yeah.
also like I just do not believe in the new world order. I'm sorry, but it's just like can we just for a minute everybody take a deep breath
I would be really surprised at
and let it go.
the US government and honestly like the Soviet Union being like or not the Soviet the Russia being
As I say, Soviet Union's not a thing anymore, I don't think.
I know, I've been reading a bunch about it.
Aren't you getting a degree in history right now?
I
Didn't
I
you just
am
have to do some big thing on the fucking
but
Cold War, dude?
that's why it's stuck in my brain, right? Is because
Okay.
I've been thinking about Russia as the Soviet Union. But honestly, I would be really surprised if the U.S. government and Russia were like really collaborating, and China. Like, we're so anti-communist, and like they're anti-us.
Mm-hmm.
That I would be so surprised at the organization it would take for both
Yeah, but that's
governments
why
to
it's
pull
secret.
that off.
That's why the government official that you see in front of you, he's just a puppet. He's
Uh,
just a puppet, Megan. Open your eyes.
I mean, I mean, I can give
I just want to
some.
play a conspiracy theorist on TV. And I love to like do that at people be like, "Open your eyes. Don't you know the lizard people are under the Denver airport?" And then just leave. And they're like, "What happened?"
We should actually probably do an episode about the Denver airport, but
Oh, I would love to. Um yeah, especially since NSA Steve already has to keep such a close track on me because I'm constantly like, "What is it that dissolves bodies? Is it lime?"
yeah,
Um
Google. What does Google
yeah.
say? Um,
Yeah.
but no, like I definitely am also in that camp of I don't totally trust the government. I do think that there are a lot of politicians that are somewhat puppets. Um,
No, but I just don't
I think
think that
that's
they're
unavoidable.
all global puppets for the new
No,
world order who's pulling the strings and like ha 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 ha. And they're all secretly meeting in like, ooh, like a dark cathedral and they're all wearing robes. And let's say that there's like candlelight everywhere. And then somebody comes out and they go, no, and they have to like
honestly,
all do a chant together. That I could get behind. If that's what's secretly leading the world, like who gives a fuck? Yeah, awesome.
I
But
really genuinely think that the US and like most Americans are too egotistical to be a part of that organization. Like they would be too much like, you know what, you guys do it, but I would only join it if I can control it. you know?
Yeah,
Like,
which is why it would eventually collapse in upon itself.
yeah. I mean, like, I think one of the funniest historical fun facts is that we created the original, like, United Nations and then refused to join it. Like, that shit cracks me up. Like, we are
Did
like,
we really?
yeah, yeah, that was a real thing. Like, after post World War One, we created like, it's like the original United Nations. So it's called something else, but yeah. And then we were like, but we're not going to join it because we don't want you to control us. That was literally why. So that's why I don't think that it would make any sense that we would be um, capable of being that, I
Yeah.
don't know,
But again, unless
cooperative.
there's like an ultra elite of like literally 15 people
Maybe.
worldwide who are, like I just said, they're in the fucking cathedral, dude,
Yeah,
with the candles and the robes,
yeah. I don't know.
chanting
Maybe.
to maybe to Satan. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Satan's into these days.
But it's the Project Bluebeam one I thought was a really
That's
interesting,
crazy.
bizarre one. The funniest thing is that like they found the original source for this idea. And hang on, I'm gonna pull it up so I don't butcher it. Um, so I can tell you. Um,
Man, Project
the
Bluebeam.
the actual source came from a book, uh, Joe Engel's book, Gene Roddenberry, The Myth and the Man Behind Star Trek, was released in 1994, shortly before Sergey, because I'm not going to say his last name, his lecture on the Project Bluebeam. Uh, so basically, it's like a Star Trek thing. Like it came about from a Star Trek like idea. So
Oh, that's fun.
yeah,
I
it's
like Star
fun,
Trek.
but it's crazy that people are like, yeah, this
But
is
people are getting a little bit too far into it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like believing too much in like the fiction.
Yeah.
So it's science fiction.
But sometimes
Um,
science fiction becomes science fact.
it
You know?
does. I think mostly it's because we want that stuff to be real, so we like strive to create it.
Yeah.
You know, like we want hover cars and we want
Or like what we're
hovercrafts and all
literally
that.
doing right now,
Yeah, exactly.
looking at
Video
each other
chats.
on Zoom. Like, yeah,
Look at
exactly.
like the Jetsons, right? Like
It's
video,
yeah,
you know?
exactly. It puts you in the same room with somebody who's 1,000 miles away. It's pretty
Yeah,
neat.
yeah.
Um, whoa, I thought we were gonna go like way deep into like alien stuff today, and not like less of the terrestrial bullshit of it all.
Yeah, we went more into the let's think that the government is tricking us into thinking that aliens are there like to create mass chaos.
I just want to know how old you were when you hit your head, if that's what you think happened.
Yeah,
Like were you 4 or 5? Like, I mean, I can't talk shit. I got smacked on the swing set when I was little. Jesse just whacked me right in the head. Um,
you're probably going to become a serial killer, honestly.
I think that if I was gonna, I'd have done it already,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
because I
fair.
don't have anything else
Yeah.
that's
You don't
had trauma.
crave the need to kill.
I was just about to say in a deep underlying thirst for blood, but I've been working on that.
Yeah.
Just take it out on the rabbits instead.
Yeah, exactly. That's totally. Good lord, we're kidding. Just so everyone knows. We are
Oh yeah, I was
fucking
gonna say like,
kidding.
oh shit, there's people out there who don't like know me personally. I would never. I
Also, they
think I would
can't
hurt
see our
people before.
faces, so
Yeah,
that's
I just
part of
like I
it.
would definitely hurt people before I hurt animals, but I'm not gonna hurt anything.
Yeah.
I apologize to plants before I cut flowers off of them.
You're a better person than I am.
I don't know.
Sometimes. Sometimes.
I'm a weirder person than you are, and I give
That I
inanimate
agree with.
objects sentience a
Yeah,
lot.
I agree with.
But also, geez Louise, that's a really fun, crazy little dip your toe into a conspiracy theory corner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, I would definitely encourage people to read more about it so they can go
Well,
into more depth.
what do you think? Do you think that the videos what do you think about those videos?
I honestly don't know. I like facts a lot, and that's the
Mm-hmm.
thing is everything that I've tried to like read about like conspiracy theories and stuff, like I would want more evidence than what I have now. And like cuz I originally thought Project Bluebeam. That's kind of compelling because my
or Bluebeam.
original Bluebeam, yes, thank you. Um, my original introduction to it was, of course, TikTok, because I have a deep, deep obsession with TikTok that's
Who doesn't?
probably unhealthy. Um, so the way I was introduced to it is like, oh, your government, it's like a government conspiracy, like it's just a super top secret project that they're basically testing to eventually fuck with other countries by projecting
Hmm.
holograms. And like I thought that was really interesting and I was like, "Oh, let's learn more about it." And then
Let's
I
dig
looked
into
it
that a
up
little bit.
and then I was like, "God damn it, it's not like it's interesting, but it's like not there's no credit to it. Like
And it's completely bonkers.
it is very bonkers. It is yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
For all of our audio listeners and people who don't do the YouTubes, my eyes have been the size of saucers this entire time. Just like, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
I fucking got you back from that exorcism video. Like
Oh, the
the
exorcism episode.
yeah. Yeah, when I was just astounded.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry that I horrified you with a brutal murder.
Yeah.
Um,
Now you get to know that people actually believe these conspiracy theories.
it boggles the mind. It boggles the mind.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I get it because like I don't trust the government.
Yeah.
I've never trusted the government. I was raised by the don't trust your government kids people. And like, in a pretty regular way, and like that they're not we're gonna like just make sure that you're actually looking out for yourself kind of a deal, not a there's aliens hidden around every corner, Hannah.
Yeah.
Even though
Yeah.
there are probably.
I mean, it's possible.
See, I'm more apt to believe that the government would be trying to hide extraterrestrial life from us.
I think so
Um,
too.
I think
That
that because like I feel like once we found out that there was something else out there, it would be a really unifying moment for humanity. And what's one of our biggest profit makers in this country?
being divided.
War.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's also easy to control people if you can divide them into different camps, right?
exactly. But if
Look at
everybody
like
unifies together to be like, hey, we're actually not all that different because there's critters from a different planet, maybe we should shut the fuck up for a minute.
I mean, you can look at just how divided the country has been. Like
Mm-hmm.
people are really polarized and like there's been a lot of studies on polarizing um political views and how it fucks up the culture. Like it
Mm-hmm.
makes people very hateful, it spurs more violence. Like there's so much that like when people don't unite against a front, right? Like unions, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's easier
Mm-hmm.
to take down the man if you're a part of the union. It's easy to keep people in a box when they are divided and
Yeah.
scared, right?
And letting people, like I was saying, like, yeah, I agree with that entirely. And then letting people know that there were aliens could really unify people.
Hmm. So like
Um,
in a
but
way,
also, like, but I don't understand. So, in that way, why would the government pretend? It doesn't make any sense if you think about it for longer than 5 seconds. Why would the government pretend to, like, I guess it's not the government, but like the government? Like,
mhm,
I don't know. God, it's so convoluted.
it is.
Dude, you have wrinkled my brain.
But I think that's the thing is like when people are confused but like intrigued, it's easy to control them, right?
Yeah.
This is all a manipulation thing.
Are you
It's
trying to tell me that you're controlling me right now?
every fucking episode right here, just pulling the little puppet strings.
Jesus Christ, you really are, aren't you?
um,
Uh-huh.
that was a really weird laugh. Um, but like I think that's, honestly at the core of the Project Bluebeam is that, that's why people have some belief in it is because it is about controlling and dividing people and making them panic.
And how do you think that the government has like a contraption that can send a psychic message into your brain?
I
Okay.
mean, that's like another layer of it. But
Oh my God. This is amazing.
isn't it? But like here's the thing though, the government did release documents on other projects where they
Well, we all know
did
about
try
like MK Ultra and
manifestation.
that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like psyops, it's just like they've just like changed the names and rebranded it
Yeah.
barely. So like it's not unbelievable that they would be trying to do some sort of a mind control type of a dealio, but I don't know. What if they shit, dude? What if they could?
Yeah.
What if they could
Some
do that?
some people think that the
That would be bad,
CIA,
but
the
it would be fun
CIA,
to watch
oh,
as
oh,
a TV series.
some people believe that the CIA um, actually planted the seed in the original guy's mind, the Star Trek dude, for this theory to basically kind of grow. They thought that he was fed information, so which is interesting
Okay.
to like
Okay.
kind of spur more chaos. So
I I kind of
chaos,
I kind of
chaos.
doubt it.
I do too.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm going to be thinking about this forever now.
You're welcome.
Oh,
So everybody, Project Bluebeam, go look it up.
Project Bluebeam.
It's interesting.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to tell me about this? Is this a shorty little episode today?
Yeah, this is a little shorty, so we're not gonna go too
Nothing
long
wrong
on
with
it.
a shorty.
Just a little
A little
quickie.
quickie.
Hi, Hannah's dad.
Yeah. Hi, Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks for
So
being our number one fan, Daddy.
that's pretty much it for it. It's crazy.
Yeah, man.
Conspiracy theories are a slippery slope, man. They really are.
Ooh, I was gonna do a conspiracy theory next week.
I fucking ruined it for you.
You did. I think I might have to switch back into it. Well, the one that I want to do is going to be like a fucking three-parter. It's just it keeps going deeper and it's more about like flim-flammery at this point. Anyway, whatever. But yeah. Project Bluebeam. Thanks, dude. This does mean that you owe me an aliens encounter episode.
I do. I misled you, so you're welcome.
You did. You did it on purpose.
I really didn't. It's where stuff led me, and this is where my interest led me, and then I was like, oh wow, this is more interesting than like just straight up aliens. So
Damn.
yeah. Anywho.
Yeah, it is more interesting to think that the government is making us think that there's aliens by being like, that's not aliens, but actually it's them doing it, but being that's just it's so convoluted.
It is. It is. So yeah, everybody, thanks for listening though, to this very strange conspiracy theory episode.
Yeah, thanks you guys.
Please,
you can find us on Instagram. We are there at Tin Hat Time Podcast. Megan, where else can they find us?
TikTok, Instagram,
Can
not
they find
Twitter.
Us on TikTok? Can they find us on TikTok, Megan? This is our 13th episode, and I've called you out on every single one of them, I think.
Not quite every episode, but most of them. But more important than finding us on Instagram and TikTok is, please, for the love of God, rate, review, and subscribe. The ratings really help us. Actually, like if you just go on like Apple Podcast or wherever you're listening, just rate us. Even if you give us 2 stars, I don't really give a shit.
No, give us better than that. Come on. If you're here, if you've been sticking it out with us, Dad, you get a pass. You don't know how this works. But everybody else, just go to Google Podcasts and then go to Apple Podcasts. Click that little 5-star and just say, they're funny.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
And
fun ideas are things I want to do.
If you have any interesting stories, ghost stories, Sasquatch stories, whatever it is that you want to tell us, please email us at tinhattimepodcast@gmail.com or slide into our DMs on Instagram. Hannah will answer them. So
so thanks for listening with us this week, and we will see you guys all out there soon. Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.